Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody, to the 72nd edition of Englishing with Jeans, where we're discussing Mexican food. As you can see, it all looks very tasty. But before we get into, and by the way, before we do our vocabulary, which is third in order of our show, there's a lot of Mexican words, but they are frequently used in the English language because people in the United States love Mexican food. Mexicans are our neighbors to the south. I lived in California for 3 years, which borders Mexico. It's like living in Mexico, and it was great. It was some of the most fun times that I had when I was a kid. So, all right. Hello, Celia. Welcome to the show. Do you enjoy the taco rain of tacos? Pretty cool, man. All right. Without further ado, let's get started with the 72nd edition of Corona. Didn't say that right. 72nd edition of the COVID report. All right. Let's get to it straight away. All right, people, time for some number practice. Okay, so total cases to this point, 194,428,448 cases. Deaths, 4,168,741. Recoveries, 176,491,565. All right. USA. It's like the case numbers went up again. Total cases, 35,184,671. And let me tell you, people, I cannot wait until we don't have to do the COVID report anymore because it's gone. Hi, Nancy. Welcome to the show. Look at you all early and stuff. If I could just wave, that would be great. There we go. Nancy. Always wonderful to see you. All right. USA total case number, 35,184,671. Total deaths, 626,713. Total recoveries, 29,507,123. All right. Let's go to my new home. Serbia, 719,913 total cases, 7,103 total deaths, 709,885 total recoveries. All right. On to Asia. India leads, of course, 31,371,901 total cases. Total deaths, 420,585. Total recoveries, 30,543,138. Am I wrong? It looks like their numbers went down, or slowed down, I should say. I hope. All right. Next on the list is Taiwan, 15,558 total cases, 786 total deaths, 13,795 recoveries. And Hong Kong, 11,976 total, 212 deaths, 11,696 total recoveries. Very low numbers. Good job, Hong Kong. All right. That is going to do it. Yep, that's going to do it for the 72nd edition of Englishing with Jings. And now we're going to move right on to the astrology report. Okay. And here we have it. You know we're starting with Aries, people. Aries will be first. As soon as I see that symbol, I am on it. There it is. Okay. Aries, this week, a big, bold idea leads to a plan of attack. Get ready to jump. This week begins with Mercury in Cancer in your house of home and family, making an opposition to powerful Pluto in Capricorn. Today, you may be embroiled in a family problem. This is a Gordian knot that defies all attempts of unraveling. You may feel divided loyalties as you can see clearly the points on both sides, which may involve land rates or division of an inheritance. Today, you could be a peacemaker. All right. On Tuesday, with Mercury and Leo in your house of romance, makes an inconjunct to over-the-top Jupiter in Pisces. Communication could go wrong today, despite your good intentions. Double check your texts before sending. The best use of this energy is to focus on the other person. Make sure your friend or family member knows they have been heard and you will be a hero. All right. Very good. On to Taurus. All right, Taurus. This week, you may shift from a traditional thought to embrace a new idea. Taurus, you're on a new path. This week begins on Sunday with Mercury in Cancer in your house of communication, making an opposition to willful Pluto in Capricorn in your house of legal matters. Hi, Jane. Welcome to tacos. All right. You may be reviewing an important contract, unraveling the legalese, and looking up terms only a lawyer would know. This could be a contract for employment or to buy a business. Today, read any contract you would sign, including the terms of service on the latest app you have downloaded. It's better to know what you're getting into. On Tuesday, with Mercury and Leo, traveling through your house of family and making an inconjunct to Jupiter in Pisces in your house of friendships. Today, you may be thinking of having a friend move in or doing a real estate deal together. Continue the discussion today as you hammer out the details. No matter how well you know this person, get particulars in writing, as this will help you remain good friends. Oh, sure, Jane. I was a zombie last week, and you said I was handsome. Now, not so much. Okay, fine. Joking. All right. On to Gemini. All right, Gemini, negotiations come to a happy conclusion this week. You begin a new phase. This week begins with Mercury in Cancer in your house of money, making an opposition to pragmatic Pluto in Capricorn in your house of resource. Today, you could be looking to disentangle yourself from debt and obligations. Thank you, Jane. I wasn't looking for compliments. Gemini, this is a good day to consider a government-backed loan for your small business. Today, you can get your finances under control. On Tuesday, with Mercury now in Leo, traveling through your house of communication and making an inconjunct to Jupiter in Pisces in your house of career. Use caution today, as answering an email too quickly could send you scrambling. Check twice when sending documents, especially when using group texts or reply all. At the same time, other people can slip up, revealing their secrets to you today. All right, on to Cancer. I want just one of those tacos. Can I just catch one? Not happening. All right, Cancer, you get a spiritual helping hand this week. Something magical can occur. I want that one. All right, this week begins with Mercury. No, when Mercury in your own sign of Cancer makes an opposition to powerhouse Pluto. How many different descriptions can we give for Pluto? Anyway, in Capricorn, in your house of relationships, is it pragmatic? Is it powerhouse? Today, you have access to powerful people. Visualize who you would like to meet and what you could do together. Consider doing a goal board with pictures and names of individuals you admire. Choose captains of industry, authors, teachers, and even celebrities. Today, you're sending a message to the soul of the world. All right, on Tuesday, now in Leo, traveling through your house of money and making an inconjunct to Jupiter in Pisces in your house of travel. You may have a great desire to travel. I do. And yet, you also have a need to make money and pay rent. I do. This isn't my sign. And currently, it may seem impossible to resolve this conundrum. Today, Cancer, there's a need to establish priorities and look for alternative ways to manifest what you want. Yeah, not bad, not bad. On to Leo. This week, your focus becomes financial. Leo, you can make some gains. You heard that, Leos. This week begins on Sunday with Mercury and Cancer in your house of hidden issues in opposition to investigative Pluto. Oh my God, Pluto's everything. In Capricorn in your house of routines, today you are empowered to rid yourself of internal blocks and beliefs that stop you from achieving what you want. Your daily routines describe how your life will be in a year from now. Change your routines and your life will be different before you know it. Okay. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of confidence and charisma. It will now make an inconjunct to Jupiter in Pisces in your house of debt. Time to tackle practical matters. This could be related to invoices, monthly bills, or obligations you have to others. Consider making a plan to get out of debt and fund your retirement. Leo, focus your energy today on freeing yourself from external obligations. That's pretty tough to do. Okay, on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. This week, you move from the background to center stage. Virgo, you're energized. This week begins with Mercury and Cancer in your house of friendships, making an opposition to empowering Pluto. In Capricorn in your house of pleasure, today you are moving forward on an important decision in your life. You might be asking for advice about a love relationship, pregnancy, or adoption. That's pretty serious. You might even take a friend over to the animal shelter to help you pick out a puppy. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of intuition. It will now form an inconjunct with Jupiter in Pisces in your house of relationships. Today, Virgo, things feel a little bit off. Your intuition may be on alert, but it's quite likely you're on psychic overload. This is a good day to spend some alone time. If you are around a lot of people, you may pick up a ton of emotional energy that doesn't belong to you. Okay. Don't soak up somebody else's emotions. Goodness gracious. On to Libra. Okay, Libra, after collecting the information you need this week, you benefit from working behind the scenes. This week begins with Mercury in Cancer in your house of status, making an opposition to Pluto in Capricorn in your house of foundations. Like a structural engineer, you can build a strong foundation for creating the success you want. Now plan to start a business or launch your career. You could create a resume, business plan, or website to announce to the world your new venture. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of friendships. It will now form an in conjunct with Jupiter in Pisces in your house of schedules. Be flexible with plans involving friends. Libra, today there are challenges with timetables and calendars. It's possible you could miss a train connection, or show up at the wrong coffee shop. Make sure you have phone numbers and a phone charger with you. Sound advice. Okay. On to Scorpio. Scorpio, a monetary windfall is possible. This week, you could have a big payday. Why does it never says that on Leo? The week begins on Sunday with Mercury in Cancer in your house of knowledge, making an opposition to resolute Pluto in your house of communication. You love to know the truth, and this combination can reveal whatever you want to know. People could confess their secrets to you. Scorpio, you can also see meaning in your own actions. Today, your inner life is revealed in what you are drawn to. Okay. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of career. It will now form an in conjunct with Jupiter in Pisces in your house of fun. This energy can make you feel like you're blocked from the pleasurable aspects of your job. This is a good time to talk to your supervisor about new projects or look through the want ads to see if there's a better position for you. All right. Oof. Excuse me. On to Sagittarius. This week, you move from being the student to the teacher. Sagittarius, someone needs your wisdom. This week begins on Sunday with Mercury in Cancer in your house of resources, making an opposition to profit-motivated Pluto. Pluto is so moldable and shapeable in your house of money. Today, you could have a breakthrough of visceral understanding of how to reach your financial goal. You may suddenly rework your finances from top to bottom. You might take a vow of frugality until debts are paid. You could focus your energy on achieving the biggest sale in your career. Dust off your shoes, Sagittarius. You're heading for the big leagues. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of knowledge. It will now form an in conjunct with Jupiter in Pisces in your house of home and family. You may not feel you're getting full support from your family for your new financial or career plans. They may warn you that the road you're taking is risky or that they don't believe you have the chutzpah to do it. What is chutzpah? Anyway, they are tapping into their own fears. It's not necessary to buy into this rhetoric. Okay. On to Capricorn. All right. This week, completing the necessary paperwork brings an opportunity, Capricorn. Don't let perfectionism hold you back. This week begins with Mercury in Cancer in your house of relationships, making an opposition to Pluto in your house of confidence. A love relationship is available, but it can feel overwhelming to take the first step. This is a great day to connect, and yet it feels like you would rather do anything else. Get some advice from a friend about relationships, or even let them fix you up on a date. There are opportunities today. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of resources. It will now form an inconjunct with Jupiter in Pisces in your house of contracts. There could be hassles today around signing a contract. Negotiations will be needed, and certainly some compromises will have to be made to get you what you want. If you can put off signing, do so, as there will be more auspicious days in the future. All right. On to Aquarius, peeps. Uh-oh. Too much Mexican spices in my nose. All right. Aquarius, a chance partnership could lead to great benefits. Thank you, Celia. This week, you can strike a deal. This week begins with Mercury in Cancer in your house of work, making an opposition to Pluto in Capricorn in your house of hidden talents. Success comes from small building blocks stacked on one top of another. Intentional practice compounds to bring you expertise and success. Today, work behind the scenes on something that moves you, such as your music, art, or writing. Even if it's just for a few minutes, small pebbles can make a mountain. On Tuesday, Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of relationships. Actually, I'd take a lot of vitamin C, Jane. Thank you. It will now form an inconjunct with Jupiter in Pisces in your house of money. But you're right, vitamin C, king. You and your sweetheart may find the two of you agree about most things, but today there could be a conflict about spending. Aquarius, you may have dissimilar levels of risk tolerance or different financial goals. It would be helpful to find some common ground, and compromise will be needed. Oh man, A, B, C, and D. These are the most four important, and E too, I suppose. Take them all. And zinc and omega fatty acids. Oh, yes, got to. You know, when you get old like me, you have to take your supplements and vitamins. All right. On our way to the final, last but not least, Pisces. Pisces, romantic intentions can be revealed. This week, you're the object of someone's admiration. This week begins with Mercury in Cancer in your house of pleasure, making an opposition to intense Pluto in Capricorn in your house of relationships. Today, a friend could become much, much more. This could start innocently with a hug and progress rapidly out of the friend zone. If you're looking for love, this is an excellent day to post your online profile. Mercury enters the sign of Leo and begins traveling through your house of work. It will now form an inconjunct with Jupiter in your own sign of Pisces. You procrastinate for one of two reasons. Either the work is too difficult or it's just too boring. Today, you may be surrounded by boring. Pisces, this is a good day to find ways to delegate, streamline, or eliminate work that is no longer of interest to you. And that, my friends, is going to sum up another amazing week of horoscope readings. Thanks for being a part of it. All right. And that brings us to drum roll. Number 72, vocabulary. Mexican food. And like I told you guys, yes, these are Mexican words mostly, but we are mostly Mexican in the United States. Okay, that's just a joke, but the population is really high these days. So Mexican food has become very synonymous with American life. So you have to know these words if you're in the United States, especially if you want to order Mexican food. So having said that, let's go into the first word, which is cuisine. Cuisine. Say it with me, everybody. Cuisine. Very good. Okay. Cuisine. This is a noun. I'm going to start giving part of speech as well. Cuisine. Noun. A manner of preparing food, a style of cooking. The food prepared. Cuisine. All right. Brings us to our next word. Number 2, tortilla. Tortilla. Looks like it says tortilla, but that's wrong. The 2 L's is a ya sound, tortilla. Say it with me, everybody. Tortilla. Very good. All right. Tortilla is a noun, a thin round of unleavened cornmeal or wheat flour bread, usually eaten hot with a topping or filling, like ground meat or cheese. Tortilla. All right. On to number 3, chili pepper. Chili pepper. The red hot chili peppers. Say it with me, everybody. Chili pepper. Very, very good. Okay. A chili pepper is a hot, first off, it's a noun. It's a hot pepper of any of a group of cultivars noted for their pungency. A pepper, whether hot or sweet, chili pepper. The hot, preferably for Mexican food, of course. And by the way, I have noticed Mexican food is different in the United States. It's called Tex-Mex than it is back in Mexico. I've been to Mexico and the food there is a little bit different. It's not as spicy. You add the spicy yourself. But in the United States, they make everything really spicy, of course. So anyway, just a little side note. Number 4, people, salsa. Salsa. Say it with me and say it nicely because salsa is great. Salsa. Very good. All right. Salsa, noun. A usually spicy sauce of chopped tomatoes, onions, and peppers that is commonly served with Mexican food. Salsa. Everybody loves salsa. All right, number 5, guacamole. Guacamole. That's a tough one to say, but say it with me, peeps. Guacamole. Very, very, very good. Okay. Guacamole is pureed or mashed avocado seasoned with condiments. Guacamole. Okay. On to number 5. And one of my favorites, nachos. Nachos. Say it with me, everybody. Nachos. Very, very good. Okay, nachos, noun. A tortilla chip topped with melted cheese and often additional savory toppings, such as hot peppers or refried beans. All right. Very good. On to number 7, and maybe everybody's favorite, taco. Taco. That looks like a burrito. But okay, taco. Say it with me, everybody. Taco. Okay. Very good. All right. A taco is usually a fried tortilla that is folded or rolled and stuffed with a mixture as of seasoned meat, cheese, and lettuce, and much more. By the way, taco is a noun. Hey, soft tacos are with tortillas and they can be rolled. So it's still a taco. It should be hard on it. It's still a taco, just not one of these tacos. No problem. All right. On to the next, which is burrito. The burrito was supposed to be the last picture. Burrito. Say it with me, everybody. Burrito. Very good. All right. A burrito is a flour tortilla rolled or folded around a filling as of meat, beans, and cheese. Basically, a burrito is a big taco. And it's a noun, by the way. I'm not used to doing parts of speech. I apologize. Okay. Next on the list, jalapeno. Jalapeno was for the burrito. I saw it. Okay. Oh no. Just keep my picture right there. Jalapenos. By the way, that J is like a huh sound. Jalapeno. Say it with me, everybody. Jalapeno. Oh man, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, jalapeno is a small, plump, dark green pepper of Mexico and the southern United States. Jalapeno. Tears. Oh, it was so perfect until then. Okay. Deep breath, Brandon. Deep breath. All right. Coming up for number 10, refried beans, people. Refried beans. Say it with me, everybody. Refried beans. Okay, very good. Beans cooked with seasonings, fried, then mashed and fried again. Refried beans. Very cool, very cool. All right. Number 11, enchilada. Enchilada. Say it with me, everybody. Enchilada. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. An enchilada is usually corn tortilla rolled around a savory mixture covered with chili sauce and usually baked. Oh, it's so good. Correct. Hold on. I'm not looking. Yeah, not bad. But there's supposed to be like chili sauce on top of the enchilada. That is more like a burrito, actually. But close enough. Wait a minute. Go back. Show that same one on the top again. Yeah, that's more like a stir fry. That's fajita. You got that one perfect. Yes. Perfect. Okay, that brings us right into number 12. Fajita. Fajita. The J sound again. Fajita. Say it with me, everybody. Fajita. Very, very good. By the way, enchilada was a noun. Fajita, noun. A marinated strip, usually of beef or chicken, grilled or broiled and served usually with a flour tortilla and various savory fillings, usually used in plural. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. And last but not least, maybe the most trickiest one to say, quesadilla. Quesadilla. Say it with me, everybody. Quesadilla. Very good. Very good. All right. Quesadilla means a tortilla filled with cheese and often a savory mixture as of meat and vegetables, folded and usually fried. I don't have a double chin. Okay, I do have the dimple, but double cheese sounds better. I would like double cheese on my quesadilla. Okay. By the way, quesadilla is a noun. And guys, that's going to do it for the 72nd edition of vocabulary. No teacher laugh. Do I show my double chin when I laugh? Okay, I'm clear. When I laugh now, I'm going to have to cover my face. I can see this. Okay. All right. That's it. No more vocabulary. As I said, mostly Mexican style words, Spanish style words, but so common in the US. So common. There's so many. I'm from Chicago, as I've told you guys. And, there are so many Mexican restaurants in Chicago, authentic Mexican, and also Tex-Mex, like American Mexican restaurants too. Probably the most famous one around the United States is, I would say, Taco Bell. That's definitely not Mexican food. That's more American Mexican food or Tex-Mex. The authentic stuff is the good stuff. All right, guys. Let's talk some Mexican food. What is your favorite dish? 9 out of 10 people are going to say tacos, of course. But tacos are so common. You can make tacos so easy. There's so many different styles of tacos. I mean, you have beef, you have steak, carne asada, you have chicken, you have al pastor, you have veggie for all the vegans and vegetarians. There's so many different styles of tacos. You know what? Here, let's take a look at some, huh? Let's go top 10 Mexican dishes. How's that sound, huh? Let's see what we can find here. Top 10 Mexican foods. Okay, here we go. Number 10, tamales. How did I forget tamales? Oh my God. Let me tell a story really fast. First, a drink of energy. I always hear people talking about like taco trucks and Mexican street food in the United States. Okay, it's good. It's definitely good. I think better in Mexico, but still good in the United States. But there was a local woman, God, she must have been 80 years old. And she had this little street cart that she would push around. And it was heavy. I don't know how she did it, but she would push this big, heavy steel street food cart around Chicago and sell fresh tamales that she just made that same very morning. And oh my God, this was one of the best, not just Mexican foods, but foods in general that I've ever had in my life. I was young when this woman was doing this, and I think that God rest her soul, she's no longer with us. So one day I just noticed that she wasn't out there anymore, and that made me so sad. And not just because I couldn't have her beautiful, tasty tamales anymore. It was that I knew that she wasn't around, and I knew that she had something special. And obviously, nobody carried on that tradition for her. She must have had some grandchildren or children that could have done that. But I understand it's hard work. God bless her soul. She made such great tamales. Okay, tamales are a traditional Mexican staple that is made of corn dough called masa. This steamed masa is filled with a variety of ingredients, such as meats like chicken or pork, or simply vegetables for all you vegetarians. In addition to the meats, cheeses, vegetables, fruits, and even peppers can be added to these steamed pockets. Following the filling process, tamales are then wrapped inside of a dry corn husk and steamed to perfection. The end result is a delicious corn crust filled with juicy ingredients. Tamales are eaten by discarding the corn husk and can be enjoyed with side dishes and sauces as well. Oh, man. Okay, here's one that I definitely have not heard of. It's called birria. You know what? Can we just show these? I'm going to show it. I don't care. All right. People have to know what this looks like. Okay, let's share. Sharing's caring. I don't care what anybody says. All right, that is a tamale, people. Oh, man, so good. All right. The birria. Next up on the list is a dish known as birria. Birria is certainly not a popular dish outside of Mexico, and chances are you have never even heard of this dish. You are correct. I have not. But it is one of the best Mexican dishes that everyone should try. In its essence, birria is a simple stew-like food that usually involves such meat as goat or mutton, which is then simmered slowly in a rich sauce with spices. The final result of the process is a delicious stew with tender, juicy meat in it, while poultry, beef, or pork is not usually used, it can be. I don't think I want to eat goat. No. Mutton, okay, maybe, but goat? Whew, okay. Number 8, carnitas. Carnitas are so good. In Spanish, carnitas means little meats, which in a sense can be construed as true. Carnitas refer to pork that has been cooked to a point of tenderness that it can be torn away with a fork into tinier pieces of meat. Carnitas is a food that is well known outside of Mexico and is featured in popular restaurants chains such as Chipotle, who use this tender concoction to stuff tacos and burritos. Along with the tenderness, the carnitas is usually fried prior to serving, so parts are often crispy on the outside while remaining juicy. Carnitas make for perfect taco stuffing. True. Pork carnitas are so good. And you can make carnitas from beef too, I believe, and chicken. But pork is the number one. Ooh, I want to try this. I can already see. Molcajete. Following carnitas is a dish known as molcajete. Molcajete is often referred to as a lava bowl due to the way it is presented for consumption. For starters, a molcajete is a bowl of steaming vegetables and meat. It can even be referred to as a stew. Molcajete is served in a steaming hot bowl. It is actually a mortar or pestle, and both the dish and the food are hot to the touch. Due to the extreme temperature of this dish, it is advised that tourists do not consume this dish on a hot day unless in the air conditioning. All right. Mole or maybe mole. Next up on the list is a food referred to as a mole. We'll just say mole. While most people choose to describe this dish as Mexican curry, in reality, it refers to a family of sauces which are produced in different colors. These different colors each have different tastes and even come in different spice levels. The preparation of each of these sauces starts with the same basics. A chili pepper of some sort is used as the base of this sauce, and many other spices are added on later. Some molds even contain traces of chocolate to add a tinge of sweetness. Yeah, that's kind of strange. Never tried that one. Chocolate, though? Shocker. Tacos, people. Number 5. Next on the list are tacos. Tacos are a popular Mexican food all around the world, and for good reason. Tacos are essentially tortillas filled with cheeses, sauces, and fillings, such as meats or beans or even vegetables. But the classic Mexican street vendor taco differs greatly from the Americanized version of it. See, for starters, street vendor tacos have no fancy condiments such as sour cream or guacamole and have no lettuce or cheese. What they all contain is one ingredient: meat. If you're wondering how these simple dishes get their taste, it's in the preparation of the meat and the spices. Yep, that's true. Street tacos are different. I tried to tell that. Okay, enchiladas. Next up on the list is another Mexican food that is common in restaurants and homes all across America: enchiladas. Enchiladas make for a great dinner, especially when combined with a drink such as root beer, and are fitting for cheese lovers. An enchilada is a large tortilla that is stuffed with vegetables, beans, and meat, usually chicken, pork, or beef. This roll is then placed in a baking pan and covered with a special sauce and a blanket of cheese. This concoction is then baked until the cheese is melted and enjoyed with sour cream and guacamole. I think just about everything is enjoyed with sour cream and guacamole when it comes to Mexican food in the United States. It's pretty common. I don't know how to say this one, but chilaquillas. Chilaquillas? Or chilaquillas. Next up on the list are chilaquillas. I'm probably saying this right. It's another dish that involves a tortilla as their primary ingredient. They are made by slicing up tortillas into thin strips, and then they are deep fried to act as the base of the dish. After the frying, the corn strips are placed on a plate and a second layer is added. The second layer involves a salsa or a mole sauce, which is left to simmer on top of the tortillas to make them a bit softer. The dish is topped off with foods such as eggs, cheese, chicken, and sour cream. Okay, never seen this before. Fruit with chili powder. Okay. Following is a food, which isn't exactly difficult to make, and nor are they specific to Mexico, but they are definitely more abundant in the nation to the south of the United States. If touring Mexico, you will undoubtedly find a street vendor who sells fruit in a cup, topped with a little chili powder that adds a hint of spice and contrasts the sweetness of the fruit in a delicious manner. What sets these street vendors apart from the general public who can make the dish at home is their use of fresh fruits grown locally, such as pineapples, kiwis, and more. So true. All right. You know, I don't know. My wife makes this. This next one is just like a rice pudding. That's all it is. How can that be number one? Arroz con leche. Last but not least, presenting to you, I'm just going to say rice pudding, rice with milk. This dish is actually more than rice and milk. It's a pudding involving those two ingredients as its key components and is a traditional dish that no longer remains exclusive to Mexico due to its popularity around the world. Arroz con leche is an extremely easy dessert to make and can be made at home with little effort and a short list of ingredients, the main ones being rice, sugar, milk, and cinnamon. But this simple dish is one of the best. Yeah, I like it. I have to agree. I'm not satisfied. I want more Mexican food. All right, let's find some more. and let's share it. And if we already read it, we will skip it. Huh? Sound good? All right. Let's share. You know, I never thought, I have to say this before I even go any further. You know, in the United States, they always use the sombrero hat and then a mustache for the Mexicans. Is that stereotypical? Is that racist these days? Because I don't think, I mean, I wouldn't think it is. It's traditional. I've been to Mexico. I've seen the guys with the sombreros and mustaches, so it's real. And I like it, actually. Jane, I cannot accept rice with, oh, you can't do milk, Jane. Lactose intolerant? That's sad because that rice pudding is really good. But hold on, we can use soy milk for yours, right? Or almond milk or coconut milk. I think so. Okay, anyway, back to the sombrero and mustache. Yeah, I used a sombrero mustache for this promo, and I had somebody give a really vulgar comment back, a Mexican gentleman. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I love Mexican people. I grew up with lots of Mexicans in my community. So they would invite me to their homes and I would eat the food and hang out with their families all the time. So I'm the last thing when it comes to people being racist against Hispanics. No way. And I have a lot of students from South America too. So if I offended anybody, I apologize. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. All right. Quesadillas. I was trying to find that one the first time. Okay. And everywhere I look, sombreros and mustaches. So it can't be bad. All right. Okay. The best thing about this food is that it comes together real quickly. It's true. The basic quesadilla recipe includes cheese, a variety of vegetables, and a protein sauce. It can be either steak or chicken. Quesadillas have a bad reputation for being unhealthy, since in most cases they're overflowing with cheese and sour cream. But don't let this deter you from trying this amazing food. When it comes to quesadillas, you need to be wise when it comes to the fillings. There are vegetarian friendly and healthier quesadillas. An excellent example is the flor de calabaza filling, Spanish flour. Okay, tacos we know. Chilaquiles we saw. Tamales we saw. Ooh, that's a pink tamale. Okay, here we go. Dorilocos. Dorilocos are an iconic Mexican snack. Most people who visited the country say it's a must try. I have tried this when I was in Rosarita, Mexico. So what are Dorilocos? These are Doritos that have been cut open and filled with other types of chips, hot sauce, Cheetos, peanuts, cream, veggies, lettuce, corn, and anything else the person preparing the snacks believes will add more flavor. If you decide to try this snack, it may be the best to share it with a friend. In most cases, there are a lot of food combinations which make the meal too big for one person. Also, be ready for a lot of flavor combinations all at once. As we've mentioned, this food is prepared by combining a lot of ingredients. Oh, this looks good. I don't know this one. Machetes. If you're starving and you're looking for a filling meal that won't leave a dent in your wallet while in Mexico, machetes are an excellent choice. They're huge tortilla wraps about a meter long that are filled with different fillings. And the best part, you get to choose which fillings you prefer on your tortilla wraps. The only disadvantage is that they're not as available as tamales and tacos. You'll mostly find them in the suburbs of Mexico City. Therefore, if you find yourself in this part of the country, make sure you grab a bite. It may not be a bad idea to make this trip just to experience the taste of machetes. You won't regret it. Just make sure you tag a friend along if you're not hungry because machetes are enormous. Oh, look at that. Tleudas, I guess. Tleudas are commonly known as Mexican pizza. We say Mexican pizza in the United States because they're mostly served flat and topped up with different ingredients like a pizza. However, there's also the option of wrapping the ingredients as you would a taco. You can wrap anything. Whichever way you choose to enjoy this meal, it will leave a lasting impression because it's finger licking. You have several options when it comes to the filling. Some examples include lettuce, avocado, salsa, cheese beans, frijoles. Hey, you guys are using Chinese. What does that say? This is an English show. If you're a vegetarian, you should know that some recipes include pork fat. Therefore, it's advisable to ask what the fillings contain before digging in. We'd recommend trying tleudas in Oaxaca, their area of origin. You'll probably find the most authentic recipes there. However, if you're spending your vacation in the city, Casa de la Tleudas restaurant makes a mean tleuda. Oh, this is what I was trying to find earlier. Mexican corn. Oh, it's so good. I missed this. Elotes. In Mexico, corn in its pure form is referred to as maize. But when it's cooked, they call it elote. Sometimes they serve it with chili, mayonnaise, and cheese. This combination is known as elotes y esquites. In real sense, this snack isn't complicated. It's basically cooked corn with a few ingredient combinations. However, elotes are proof that simplicity can be magical. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Elotes are also among the most affordable snacks in Mexico. In most places, you'll get them for only 20 pesos or less. That's real cheap. When it comes to nutritional content, you'll probably not be getting much, but we assure you that your taste buds won't be complaining. Now that's worth paying for. Oh, gorditas. So good. I love gorditas. Another pocket friendly you must try during your stay in Mexico is gorditas. They are pocket shaped patties that are made with the same ingredients used to make tacos and soaps, but come with different fillings. A common filling is the nopales, cactus, and mushroom combination. However, there are numerous options to choose from. Therefore, if you plan to stay in the country for a while, make sure you try the different combinations before you leave. One thing we found interesting is that gorditas mean chubby, like fat. But don't worry, this snack won't leave you dreading to step on your scale after your vacation. Like tacos and the majority of Mexican food, you get to choose what kind of filling ingredients go into your gorditas. So make the right choice. I prefer carne asada steak. It's the best. And frioladas. Okay, like enchiladas, but sweet maybe? If you're the kind of person who prefers a heavy breakfast, and frioladas won't disappoint. They are folded corn tortillas that are topped with mashed black bean paste or dipped in a simple blended black bean sauce. Okay, not sweet. It's also not uncommon to find them topped with eggs and cheese as well, but they're delicious without cheese too. When topped with fried eggs, you don't need an accompaniment because the meal can be quite filling. If you have it for breakfast, you'll probably only need a light lunch or no lunch at all. Yes, it's that filling. Okay, fried ice cream. Yay, finally. Yes, you read that right. Fried ice cream is an actual snack in Mexico and one of the most popular foods there. It's so good. I recommend this one for sure. You can also find this unusual snack in most Mexican restaurants. The snack is prepared by rolling a scoop of ice cream in a breading or batter and frying it until it's crisp. However, fried ice cream is not authentically Mexican. The food originated in Hong Kong over 20 years ago. Okay, where are you guys now? Fried ice cream is from Hong Kong, not Mexico. But everybody in the United States, they think that it's from Mexico. Now's your chance to get to talk, guys. However, fried ice cream is not authentically Mexican. The food originated in Hong Kong over 20 years ago. Nothing to say about this? All right, never mind. However, the snack got so popular in Mexico that it became known as a Mexican food. They stole it from you guys. It's an interesting way to end any meal. Some of the interesting combination you'll appreciate include fried ice cream with fried tortillas topped with sugar, fried ice cream with fried tortillas topped with cinnamon, blah, 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 topped with cinnamon and sugar. Or you can go simple and just eat the dessert as it is in a dessert bowl. It's delicious this way too. There's no real fried ice cream anymore in Hong Kong. That's sad. That's fried ice cream. Born in Hong Kong, raised in Mexico. Ouch. Well, that's a tragedy. It's originally from Hong Kong. It should still be there. Notice how it says Mexican fried ice cream. Okay. Moving on. Birria. Birria. That looks good. Okay. No, that's the one with goat. Never mind. Refried bean salad. Of course, everybody likes this. Refried bean salad is amongst the foods that almost everybody loves. You can't go wrong with this comfort food. It's packed with incredible flavors. You can combine it with numerous foods. It is the perfect family meal. You can try refried bean salad on its own, in a salad, as a dip, as a filler for other meals. Jane, that's Chinese again. It's time to practice English. This food has a creamy and soft texture with an earthy bean flavor that can be tweaked by adding other ingredients. Where what? I see Chinese writing all over Instagram today. Whatever, no big deal. Speak Chinese to each other, that's fine. All right, the food has a creamy and soft texture with an earthy bean flavor that can be tweaked by adding other ingredients. Okay. Long time ago. So is this like there's no more fried ice cream in Hong Kong? It's gone? Like it just disappeared? This is really sad to me. The Peak restaurant, huh? So it's been a long time. That's sad. Okay, back to the beans. For a family meal, it's often served as a side dish combined with other Hispanic meat. Expensive girl. Okay, you guys talk. For a family meal, I already said that. In Mexico, you'll mostly find it in restaurants. Okay. Mexican rice. Oh, I love Mexican rice so much. I miss Mexican rice. Okay, your trip to Mexico is incomplete if you've not tried the famous Mexican rice. That's true. Most people confuse Mexican rice for Spanish rice, but they are definitely two different things. While both recipes include certain similar ingredients like tomatoes, rice, chicken broth, and onions, The spices are different. Mr. Brandon Peak Restaurant was once the most luxurious restaurant in Hong Kong. Okay. And Jane Jane says, yes, I am so rich at that time. Okay. Must be nice to have a little taste of the high life, Jane Jane. Okay. The spices are different, and that's what makes the meals different. Spanish rice incorporates saffron, which gives it its sweet taste and bold yellow color. Mexican rice, on the other hand, uses cumin, which adds a spicy and earthy aroma. Exactly. It's an excellent food for lunches or dinner, and it can be served with salads or different side dishes, depending on your preference. Most people also include a variety of vegetables to make the rice colorful. You'll mostly find Mexican rice being served in restaurants. Yep. Calabacitas. Looks like soup to me. Zucchini is a versatile vegetable that's easy to grow. The best thing about this vegetable is that it grows in most gardens and farmers enjoy its abundance in every harvest. It's therefore no surprise that it's used in one of the most popular Mexican dishes. Calabacitas is one of the best vegetarian meals. Vegetarian. It combines sweet yellow squash, crock neck squash, zucchini, and patty pan. The dish can be prepared by grilling, baking, sauteing, or steaming. If you prefer your vegetables crunchy, you can eat them raw. They'll be just as delicious. However, if you prepare them using the other cooking methods, make sure you serve them hot for the best experience. If you're dining out, you'll mostly find calabacitas in most Mexican restaurants. Okay, fajitas we already talked about. Aha, huevos rancheros. I know these. Okay, I'm just going to go with toppings since we're getting kind of late here. Huevos rancheros are often topped with homemade salsa or served with fried potatoes, avocado slices, refried beans, or extra chili peppers. All it is tortillas that include fried eggs, guys, with this stuff surrounding it. All right. Fruit salsa and cinnamon chips. Okay. Pozole. This is a soup. It's made from hominy corn with a combination of herbs and spices. To achieve the best results, the soup is prepared for hours, sometimes even overnight. When the soup is ready, onions, radishes, lime, and chilies are sprinkled on top to add flavor. Enchiladas we talked about. Damn, those look good. Okay. Guacamole. Mole. Okay, did not talk about this one. Chiles en nogada. Chiles en nogada is considered one of Mexico's patriotic dishes because it contains the country's flag colors. The food includes poblano chilies that are filled with picadillo, mixed chopped meat, spices, and fruits. This part of the meal represents the green color in the Mexican flag. It also contains walnut-based cream sauce, which represents the white color of the flag. Additionally, the food is topped with pomegranate seeds, which represent the red color on the flag. Interesting. Chiles en nogada is believed to have originated from Puebla. It's believed that the meal was first served to Don Agustin de Iturbide, who was the liberator and subsequent emperor of Mexico, the Don. You're probably wondering, apart from patriotic, is the food delicious? Yes, it is. You'll find it in high-end restaurants where it's mostly served on national holidays such as Independence Day. However, most people haven't had the pleasure of tasting this incredible dish because it's quite expensive. That's expensive? Okay. Soaps. Okay, this is definitely some street food. If you're visiting Mexico for the first time, chances are you'll spend most of your day touring the city. Some good street food delights will go a long way in making you appreciate the experience more. After all, one of the things Mexico is known for is its amazing street food options. An excellent option to try is soaps. These are similar to tortillas, but thicker. Snack is often topped with vegetable meats, salsa, lettuce, cheese, beans, and guacamole. All right. And the last one we'll do is torta ahogada. A torta ahogada is a chicken or pork sandwich that often drowned in dried chili pepper sauce. If you don't like hot sauces, you have the option of using tomato sauce on your torta ahogada. Sometimes this popular Mexican sandwich is filled with veggies, although this isn't as popular as the pork and chicken. Torta ahogadas are excellent dishes for lunch or brunches. You'll mostly find them being sold in most street vending stalls, where you'll often find a variety of sauces to choose from. It's also an easy snack to make at home. If you have pork or chicken, all you need is the bread and chili sauce, and you have yourself a torta ahogada. However, it's always best to try the real thing. Mexicans always have a twist that adds the extra kick a meal needs. All right. Ooh, that looks good. I'd eat everything here. Everything. Okay, I want Mexican food today, I think. Okay, guys. Wow. What a great show that really made me hungry. Now I have to eat Mexican food, and it's just in time for lunch here in Serbia. So, guys, I wish you a wonderful week, all the happiness and just best wishes. And we'll see you next week for number 73. And I have a feeling it's going to be something special, as it always is. So until then, everybody be good. We'll see you next week. Ciao.